The present is theirs. The future for which I really worked is mine. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. The scientists of today think deeply instead of clearly. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own. Be alone, that is the secret of invention. Be alone, that is when ideas are born. The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. The feeling is constantly growing on me that I had been the first to hear the greeting of one planet to another. Of all things, I liked books best. My brain is only a receiver. In the universe there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. The spread of civilization may be likened to a fire. First, a feeble spark, next a flickering flame, then a mighty blaze, ever increasing in speed and power. The individual is ephemeral. Races and nations come and pass away, but man remains. The progressive development of man is vitally dependent on invention. The desire that guides me in all I do is the desire to harness the forces of nature to the service of mankind. What one man calls God, another calls the laws of physics. I do not think you can name many great inventions that have been made by married men. Invention is the most important product of man's creative brain. It is not in the shallow physical imitation of men that women will assert first their equality and later their superiority, but in the awakening of the intellect of women. The wonders of yesterday are today common occurrences. We crave for new sensations but soon become indifferent to them. Of all the frictional resistances, the one that most retards human movement is ignorance. All knowledge or form conception is evoked through the medium of this great principle. Though free to think and act, we are held together, like the stars in the firmament, with ties inseparable. What we now want is closer contact and better understanding between individuals and communities all over the earth. There is something within me that might be illusion, as it is often the case with young, delighted people, but if I would be fortunate to achieve some of my ideals, it would be on the behalf of the whole of humanity. Our virtues and our failings are inseparable, like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more. My method is different. I do not rush into actual work. When I get an idea, I start at once building it up in my imagination. We build, but to tear down. Most of our work and resources squandered. Every living being is an engine geared to the wheelwork of the universe. Peace can only come as a natural consequence of universal enlightenment. We are all one, only egos, beliefs, and fears separate us. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. The gift of mental power comes from God, divine being, and if we concentrate our minds on that truth, we become in tune with this great power. I don't think there is any thrill that can go through the human heart like that felt by the inventor. as he sees some creation of the brain unfolding to success. I have had many hard knocks, but at last I have arrived. Here in the land of promises and of hope, I found my true work. There is no conflict between the ideal of religion and the ideal of science, but science is opposed to theological dogmas because science is founded on fact. What we want now is closer contact and better understanding between individuals and communities all over the earth. The day when we shall know exactly what electricity is will chronicle an event probably greater, more important than any other recorded in the history of the human race. Today's scientists have substituted mathematics for experiments, and they wander off through equation after equation and eventually build a structure which has no relation to reality. I have harnessed the cosmic rays and caused them to operate a motive device. Most certainly, some planets are not inhabited, but others are, and among these there must exist life under all conditions and phases of development. Invention is the most important product of man's creative brain. The man of science does not aim at an immediate result. He does not expect that his advanced ideas will be readily taken up. Our senses enable us to perceive only a minute portion of the outside world. As I review the events of my past life, I realize how subtle are the influences that shape our destinies. Life is and will ever remain an equation incapable of solution, but it contains certain known factors. The history of science shows that theories are perishable. With every new truth that is revealed, we get a better understanding of nature, and our conceptions and views are modified. The beauty and the scent of roses can be used as a medicine, and the sun can be the best disinfectant. My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration.